Hello and welcome to this episode of Shed of Revs, where I'll be taking you with me on the Zero Motorcycle Showcase event in Doncaster, where I got the opportunity to ride the CRF and the CRS Zero motorcycles, all electric bikes, absolutely brilliant pieces of kit. This isn't a review as such of the bikes because I only got about an hour's ride time over the two bikes, but it's a bit of an overview and just get you thinking about, is this something that you should maybe consider? And it's definitely something that I'd recommend if the events are on near you next year, which they will be running again in 2023, and I think they'll be looking to have more showcases than they've ever had, and this year being the biggest so far. So definitely keep an eye out for that on Facebook or the Zero Motorcycles website and get yourself down and just take the opportunity. There's no obligation, there's no salesman trying to push that on you. It's just a really relaxed time to get out on the bikes and experience all electric if you've not done it before. Alright, so sit back, enjoy the video, and I'll see you at the end. Once you arrive, you simply have to introduce yourself to the team. There will be some paperwork to complete, the usual disclaimers and whatnot, but then you can book yourself onto a slot of the bike of your choosing. As it was only moderately busy, I was able to actually have a go on both the SRF and the SRS over two different rides. You will receive a brief on the bike's controls and how to change the riding mode. You'll then head out with your guide as a group. On our occasions, it's usually about 4 to 5 riders plus the group leader. After a section of town riding, we pulled over so that we could change the bikes over to sports mode, and then we headed out to an area of open road so that we could have a good play on the bikes. And by God, these things are quick. I mean, as a new rider, it was a whole new experience for me. The power delivery was smooth and consistent, and it pulled from 0 to 30 as it would from 30 to 60 to 90 to 120 topping out. If you kept the throttle back, the bike would just pull as hard right through the entire range. Whilst I was conservative in my speed, you can see just how quickly those in front of me were and how quickly that they pulled away. So at the event that I attended, there was the option to ride the SRF and the SRS, plus the DR, which is a 125 compliant bike from Zero, or one of, should I say. The SRF and the SRS actually come from the same platform, with the only real differences being the fairings and a slightly more upright position to the SRS, and this due to this movement of the peg position. But yes, you expect it on the naked, but it is actually the case that the fairing bike is the more upright position, which some people will most likely find more comfortable. Now the bike does weigh in at 235 kilos, however you've not got that fuel tank with like 4 gallons of fuel sloshing around. The weight is really low down, and it leaves a bike feeling really planted, but actually really nimble around town. The bike's very easy to throw around, it's very easy to manoeuvre, and compared to my Sprint 1050, it genuinely felt like riding a 125. So the standard SRF delivers 110 brake horsepower and 190 foot-pounds of torque, with multiple delivery options available through the ride modes on the bike. These including Eco mode for smooth and progressive delivery and maximum regeneration, Sport mode, which provides next to no regeneration and much less lag in putting the power down, and then standard, which will sit somewhere in between. There is also a rain mode, which is obviously common on many new bikes. The bikes really do feel well built with quality materials. I mean, the bikes have got fully adjustable Showa front and rear suspension, it's got that lightweight steel trestle frame, Bosch's stability control, Diablo 3 tyres, and dual J-Duan 4-pot brakes at the front, and a single pot on the rear. But all of this does come at a price, with the starting price being 23,995. Yeah, that's right, 24 grand starting price. Plus then you can add on another 3 grand if you were wanting to add on the power tank, which will give you a slightly extended range, or you could go for the option of the rapid charge. You can only go for one or the other as they take up the slot in what would be the fuel tank where you can do the cable stowage. So they take up that space, so you can either go for the range or you can go for the increased charge time. However, Zero have been making these bikes for going on 12 years now, so they really do know what they are doing, and it does show through. I mean, the bikes come with a 5-year warranty, and that is a completely unlimited mileage warranty as well, and that covers your battery for that 5 years too, which is obviously something that a lot of people will be concerned with. Zero advertise a charge time of 2.5 hours as standard, or a little over 1.5 hours with the rapid charger. This will depend though on the charger's capabilities. If you were using such as a 243 pin plug into the wall and charging it by that means, it will actually take around 5 hours, I believe, is what the guy said to us on the day. Whilst these bikes might not be in everybody's price range yet, they certainly do deserve some consideration. Especially by those who commute through town, these bikes are simply brilliant. They're dead easy to ride, it's just literally twist and go. You can have an eco sport, you've got all that regeneration to keep you that extended range, and they are just really nimble, they're really planted, and you can just cut through traffic with no problem. Okay, well I hope that you found that video useful, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can see more content. I have got a review coming up of the GSX S1000 and whether that would be a bike you should consider as a beginner rider, and obviously for those that are experienced, just generally whether you feel that you should be having that bike. I've also got my beginner routes, or routes beginner riders should do around the UK, which I've got more videos coming for, and I've got some product reviews and basic maintenance items that we'll be covering. So that's all planned in for the upcoming weeks. The intent is I'll get these videos out on a Monday evening at 6 p.m. Going forward, just trying to get into a bit of a swing of things. But thanks again for tuning in, and I hope to see you again next week. Take care.